Hello, everybody. This morning we're going to talk about some things about the cloner interaction CI. The cloner interaction means definitely that the eyes can project on a paper and clone everything out of the paper. For example, if you want to read a text and you want to understand the text in real intensity, you have to clone the text into your brain. And one way it clones is through projections, having domains like this. This is the spatial wave coming up here, and the spatial waves from the book coming up here, and there's the domain, there's an iCloud. So once you project, definitely you can clone from the domain or the iCloud, the sharing iCloud. And we observe definitely that during this cloning period, definitely we have the backend software, that backend programming, which is the C plus PHP HTML, and the front end, which is the C plus PHP HTML. Definitely, that the language has been, these are the languages being used, definitely. But in terms of connecting both sides, the link between both sides is the CSS, the cascading style. And with the cascading style, this can create an interaction between both the front end and the back, both the front end and the back end. We understood definitely that we have different perceptions of the eyesight. We're going to talk about different perceptions of the eyesight, because the first one is the eyesight. The eyesight main is that it gives you the eyesight, the full eyesight of what you've read. It talks to the brain about it. This is what I've seen. And then the eyesight here is when you read a text, like for example a tomatoes, a cooking text, not a cooking text, a hearing text, like someone talking to you, definitely do. And then you have what they call eyesight ear perception. And the eyesight ear perception is just a perception of the hearing, the eyesight hearing perceptions. For example, if you're writing and somebody said, and he shouted, and someone heard him when he said, "I love God," you might tend to have that perception through your eyesight into your mind. And we have eyesight taste, and eyesight taste definitely is that when you have that perception. For example, he said, and when he looked at the onion pot, it was really beautiful. It was a soup that tastes really good with Maggi and all that. You might have that eyesight taste of what you've read here. And eyesight smell, when he said the orange looks really beautiful and it smells really beautiful like an orange, and I love the orange smell, you might have what is called eyesight smell, the stimuli eyesight smell. And when it's eyesight touch, and it says when you touch the apple, it was really round and beautiful, that means definitely you have an eyesight touch there, a stimuli eyesight touch there through your eyes, and through your eyes interpreted in the brain. So these are the perceptions, these are the new perceptions. Now these perceptions are very important in cloning everything from the book, and it's called cloner interaction CI. I want you to understand something different. We have what they call the eye cloner interaction tab. We have the eyesight main, the eyesight ear, eyesight taste, eyesight smell, and eyesight touch. And we'll be able to understand something definitely, that in this iCloud systems, definitely there tends to be an interaction of both worlds, definitely both the eyes and the book. They all interact in the domain, they all interact in the cloud space, where one can definitely come and interpret itself and collect informations. And when they project definitely like that, you see that all the eyesight perceptions definitely get in here, and all the book perceptions get into here. The book also have perceptions just like the eyesight ear, eyesight taste, eyesight smell, eye touch here too. So they interact. As they interact, definitely because the word that comes out of here are projected into eyesight, eye hear, eye taste, eye smell, eye touch. And because of this, definitely the brain interacts with this and through the domain and the eye cloud, and it tends to be what is known as eye cloner interaction CI. The brain, and the eyes, definitely through the brain, can clone images, clone text, and clone senses that are attached to those texts in terms of word and text. And perception, that's text perception. This is actually text perception. And we can see this in many forms. For example, movies too. In movies, when we are watching movies too, we can have eyesight here, eyesight taste, eyesight smell, eyesight touch. And we might have all this perception when we are watching a movie. When we are watching a movie, we might hear in the movie somebody saying something. I love that sight. The guy looks really beautiful or handsome. You might have eyesight made. And when he said, I heard him when he said he was broken and he was sick, but now he's well. Then you have eyesight here. When he said when his eyesight is, he said, I heard him when he hit the plate of rice, he was actually filled. Then you know his eyesight taste. And you can have eyesight taste how the rice tasted like, without not really tasting it, but you might have a feeling how rice tastes. Eyesight smell, I said when I got into the room was filled with olive oil. But do you know something? I smelled a little olive oil, so I sprayed something like a palm olive perfume, and then you must start smelling how a palm olive perfume smells. That would be eyesight smell through the movie. And eyesight touch, when I got there, I touched her and I knew she was good and she was beautiful, and I started having some responses in my body. You might be having eyesight touch and having an erection by watching that movie. Through eyesight, you might be having erections if it's a sex related movie. But if it's actually a horror, you might have horrors or any other things in your body system. And if it's a moody video, you might be crying. And this is all about what they know as cloner interaction CI. It's beautiful knowing about this. The interaction of both the backend and the front end through the CSS is beautiful. I know you enjoy this. You're welcome to the new world of teaching, and we're going to teach a lot this year. You're going to understand a lot this year, and this is Cloner Interaction CI. Bye bye.